Hi, I'm Nan Simonson. I'm a health and wellness coach. I wrote a book about aging with power. I wrote it 3.5 years ago when I was about to turn 70. And my point is we can age with power by doing enough of the right things, and the book tells you what those are. After a brief memoir that kind of explains that I wasn't doing those things until I got a little wiser, and boy did it turn things around. So, part of the pillars of lifestyle as medicine is to eat as many plants as you can. We have something called the microbiome. It's in our large intestine, actually everywhere, but it loves fiber. Nothing but fiber will feed the microbiome. And where do you get fiber? Plants. And what is it like? A wide variety of plants. The healthiest gut bugs, the healthiest microbiomes that for the healthiest people. Eat a variety of plant foods. Plant foods are vegetables and fruits and greens and grains and legumes and seeds and nuts and herbs and spices, not steaks and chicken and fish and eggs and dairy. They have no fiber. They don't feed the microbiome. So today I'm going to show you another fiber-based meal. I'm about to make dinner. My husband will be home soon, and this is going to be so fast. I'm doing a taco meal, and isn't this fun? It's cauliflower, black beans, mushrooms, and a handful of walnuts. And I'll show you what we're doing, and it's spicy. So I have a medium head of cauliflower cut into little bits like that. And I weighed after I took the stem out and before I cut it up, but cutting it up doesn't change that. It weighed about 1.5 pounds. So we're looking at a medium cauliflower. All right. And it might weigh more, and then you cut the stem out and it weighs less. I'm adding to it a hot sauce. Actually, let me add the black beans. I may want to put in just a bit more hot sauce because I need the hot sauce to create a moist environment enough to then have the spices stick. So I have one less mushroom. I have, again, black beans, cauliflower. These are cremini mushrooms that were a nice size, and I just cut them into chunks about like this because they're going to, just little chunks, they're going to shrink. Now I've got that all over me. And with the heat of the oven, I'm going to put a little bit more. So I could have used, I'm going to grab something. I could have used sriracha. I want a vinegar-based hot sauce. And this recipe came from PCRM, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, created by I think her name is Lindsay Madden. I'll put credits up there, but I'm playing with it and adding stuff. So, organic sriracha, I could have used sriracha. I got that from Trader Joe's. We have one near us, so I'm always getting things there. But this looked really good. An organic spicy taco sauce. Vinegar-based hot sauces because they give it kind of a punch. It's really what you use as a base for doing, well, vegan or not vegan, what do they call them? Cauliflower wings or chicken wings. All right, I'm going to put just a little bit more. Don't want to overdo it. And then I'll mix. Push this aside. Now, I'm going to be baking this for about 20-25 minutes. I'll be watching it. And then I'm going to stir it and bake about another 10-15 minutes. And this is the magic. This is the spice mixture. And I didn't mess much or any with their spice mixture. And it is nutritional yeast, chili powder, cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. And it's not smoky paprika, it's regular paprika. You could kick it up a notch and use a little bit of smoky paprika. I don't know that I'd use too much. Sometimes it can be so smoky that the flavor it varies even the flavor of the food. So And do we get protein in here? Sure. We're getting some protein, lots of fiber from the cauliflower, the marshmallows, mushrooms, as well as the beans. But we're also getting protein. Actually, every food, every plant food has some protein in it. Some more than others. And in here, the more than others would be the black beans. And mushrooms have protein. And cauliflower has some. Do you know that broccoli is 30% protein? I've stirred it. Now I'm going to add the rest. Okay. And we're getting protein and probiotics and prebiotics from nutritional yeast and B vitamins. I use non-fortified nutritional yeast, but you can use fortified or non, it's up to you. All right, so I'll get that out of the way. The black beans I used are organic. I like S&W, and they were rinsed and drained. I have a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. Parchment paper can be pricey. I get mine from Costco, and you get 2 boxes for a reasonable amount cost. And I believe it's 200 sheets, not 200 feet per, so it's a very good price. Okay, we'll put this down. My oven is at 400. And I added to this recipe the mushrooms. I really like mushrooms in a taco seasoning. I actually have several with mushrooms. And you know what? I'm gonna make this a little hotter because the mushrooms are going to weep because that's what they do. And I've also filled this pan more than I would have had I not used mushrooms. And then I'm gonna throw, just because I love nuts, can't eat too many, they're really, really rich in calories, but I'm gonna throw in some broken walnut halves. I'm breaking them as I'm throwing them in because I want to get a couple of bites in my taco that are crunchy, that are nutty, and I love walnuts. Okay. And again, we'll be stirring it again, and I better get it in the oven. And I'm going to come back when this is finished, show it to you. This is our spicy mushroom black bean taco filling. And I'll show it to you, and then I'll show you what I'm using for the accoutrements with my tacos. Everybody, mushroom there, cauliflower there. Everybody has their own thing about tacos, but I'll show you what I'm going to use. And we'll have a great meal. Let me put this in and let me finish with another thought. Oh, I always say this when I open my oven. Can you see how pretty it is? It's a lapis lazuli blue, and it's gorgeous. And the oven's maybe 4 years old. Because I'm whole food plant-based, there's never been any animal product in there. Therefore, there's been no fat spatter, which is what makes ovens just horrible. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay, I'm making way more mushroom filling than we're going to be able to eat tonight. This is part of my batch cooking effort to make ingredients that can be used in several ways. I could fill enchiladas with that and then put an enchilada sauce and bake that. Tacos today and enchiladas maybe 4 days from now, or maybe tacos again 5 days from now, or maybe that thrown into a big tossed salad as a way to have a Spanish flavored salad, Mexican flavoring with the black beans and the cauliflower and maybe some fresh tomatoes and chopped cilantro. Well, this is another thing I do. I have a little Breville oven there. I don't have to heat my entire oven for little things like this, but this is a Japanese sweet potato. See how purple it is? This is a Frida's Stokes sweet potato, and look at this. Look at the color of that. Isn't that magnificent? Mm. If you eat blueberries because they're delicious, but also because they are so high in anthocyanins, which is helpful in preventing cancer, that blue of the blue purple sweet potato is the same thing, loaded with anthocyanins. And it's really, really good. This one is the Japanese sweet potato, which is a white that is flavored differently. This one is a sweet potato, sweet but other flavors. This is the sweet of, well, of like a Hana yam, a white sweet potato. I slice these when I air fry my husband's potatoes to go on his lunch plate. He has open face avocado sandwiches every day and air fried potatoes. They eat dips and hummus. It's all a big thing with crudités and a salad. Well, when I air fry his potatoes, I take about 3 slices of the Hana yam, put it in to air fry. It comes out like candy. And I smear the tiniest bit of nut butter, and to me that's like a cookie, and that's how I end my meal. Tea and I call them my sweet potato cookies. So batch cooking. I made these earlier. They're in the refrigerator. I'll eat off of them for the entire week. These cold in a salad, this warmed up for a cookie. Can't ask for more. Well, you could, but that just happens to be my thing. I'll be back to you in a bit. Hi, okay, I'm back. Well, our main dish is ready, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing with it. I'm looking for, I don't know what I did with my other hot pad. So I'll just use this cloth. And I cooked it 20 minutes. Oh, there it is. Cooked it 20 minutes, tossed it. I added a little water. It looked a little dry to me. What I like about using the parchment paper is that I can do this a little more carefully. You should see this floor. Well, I picked up the other things. Okay. So what it looks like here is it almost looks like I have a ground beef with some cauliflower. I added, as I said, the water, a little bit, maybe a quarter of a cup, stirred it up, and it kind of blended the spices even better. Okay, this is gonna give me a chance, because the parchment paper is not hot, to put this in the bowl. Pull this back, you can see what I'm doing. And we're ready to eat. I'll show you what we're going to be using today for our tacos. Okay, empty. Ooh, all right. Get this out of the way. And this is what we have. Look. Doesn't that look yummy? It smells terrific. Okay, so I've already heated corn tortillas. I want an organic corn tortilla. I also am gluten-free. I have to be. And so I get a gluten-free corn tortilla, and a company, Mi Rancho, makes organic gluten-free corn tortillas. This bag that I have in here, and I just have a inverted saucer or small salad plate over a salad plate, and I think I have maybe 8 of them in here. What I have in here now is the Mi Tortilla Thin Credibles. You can't see it that well because the bag's empty, but see where it says Thin Credibles? They're super thin corn tortillas. I don't count calories. I can maintain my weight, eating a lot and weighing less. by keeping things whole food, plant-based, no oil. So there is no oil in this dish, no added oil. It doesn't mean there's no fat. There's fat in beans, there's fat in olives, and I'll show you what we're going to put on the table. So I have the thin credibles already heated. I'll be putting them on the table. They're thin. Oh, the reason I brought up the calories is because these are 70 calories each. The thin credibles are 35. That means, and I'm quite aware of caloric density, that means I can eat 2 tacos worth of filling for the same calories as one. Now, why wouldn't I do that? They're thinner, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they are still strong enough to hold an entire tortilla or taco of filling. So I'm going to put a base of, my husband loves refried beans, and I use organic Rosarita traditional refried beans. There is, I believe they put a touch of oil in here. It's less than a gram of fat. No, it's 2 grams of fat, which is next to nothing. Well, it says coconut oil. Ooh, that's not my favorite thing. Well, that's what we're using tonight. No added oil, but yes, it's in here. We'll put a light brushing of the refried beans. You can make your own. You can buy them totally fat-free, but they're hot and they make a nice base on the tortilla. Then everything kind of sticks to that. We'll put a spoonful or 2, and then we add guacamole. I just made that. Black olives, and I call these broken black olives. Instead of buying them sliced, and you get a smaller can for more money, or instead of buying them whole and it's too hard to keep them on the taco, I buy large organic black olives. But what I do is I break them. I simply go like this and they fall apart. And so I have a plate of olives that won't slide off the taco and were kind of fun to do. So that, black olives, avocado, cilantro. Actually, I'll put a little cilantro on here. And I keep my cilantro, a bunch of it from the farm store that we go to every week, in the refrigerator. I have a green salsa today. I could have had a red salsa, or I could have had both. I could have chopped tomato, but this is going to be fine. I always include shredded cabbage, really finely shredded cabbage. I use a Madden for that. I have this on my Amazon store because not everyone can find it, but if you're going to use it, always use a cutting glove, because sometimes you just underestimate how close your fingers are to the blades. And a squeeze of lemon, so I have lemon or lime, but I happen to have lemon today, not lime. And then my own tofu sour cream. That is delicious, and it's just silken tofu, lemon juice, onion powder, garlic powder, and then whipped up in the food processor, and I use it for everything. You'll find it on my website, nansimonson.com. Go to recipes, and under search, put tofu sour cream. There's my meal. We're about to eat, and I hope you've enjoyed what you saw. This is an easy recipe. You know what I didn't do? I haven't tasted it in front of you. Some beans, a little walnut, cauliflower. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh my. I'm acting like I'm surprised. I got a piece of mushroom as well, and you know what? The mushroom's wonderful. And here's another really weird thing. I flipped off of this a cauliflower, some mushroom, and some black beans. I've got a cat down here eating it. Woohoo! I thought only dogs did that. Okay, have a great day. I know I'm going to. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I don't see my clicker, so I'm going to have to reach across and say goodbye.